So whenever you're ready, you can take off.
Yeah, awesome. So first off, thank you guys for having me. I definitely appreciate it. I am Johnny. I'm actually Johnny D. Johnny Jumpman is my brand. I branded myself as Johnny Jumpman. And just a little bit of backstory about me. I got started with the company a year ago. My significant other, my girlfriend Natalie, it actually started with the company. We are both personal trainers. I have fitness background, or nursing background, I should say. And we are both real big in the competing world, just naturally with fitness. Being in the gym, we believed in like hard work, dedication. You're going to diet, you're going to sweat, that's what you got to do in order to get shredded, essentially. So what ended up being is Natalie was actually doing a photo shoot for a local Tampa magazine, and she found out 3 days beforehand she was going to get put on the cover. So naturally, she's like, "Well, I guess maybe I should try one of these wraps." Well, yeah, sure, definitely try one. And little did we know that it would end up changing our life. So we started back with the company in May of last year. So we just hit our year. She hit her Ruby bonus in 60 days, hit like a $300, $400, $500 paycheck. I don't remember what it was at that time. I think it was a little bit over 1,000. So it was like a $500 paycheck plus a $500 Ruby bonus. And when I got started again, I was skeptical. I supported her in the aspect of I supported her, but I didn't really care if the business worked out, if it didn't work out. I was working 80 hours a week. I was managing a club at the time, was bartending 7 days a week. That's just what I did. So I was always working. I was working literally 80, 90, 100 hours a week, always nonstop working. So, babe, if you're going to do something and we can make an extra $500 a month, hey, that sounds good to me. I'm all down for it. She ended up she promoted to Ruby, hit a $500 Ruby bonus. And I saw a comment in her paycheck, and that's when I was like, all right, so now I'm going to start paying attention. So what do we got here? We're making some money. She had me signed up, and I actually missed my Ruby bonus. I did not hit Ruby. The way they used to work was like if you hit Ruby within 60 days of starting, they actually gave you a $500 Ruby bonus, which I'm hoping they bring that back at Green Carpet. But so we ended up staying with the business. We worked. And I worked the business, but I didn't really work the business. I sent her some of my clients, sent her some of my friends, talked to some people, had some people that were I wanted to get them involved with the business. It took me going to my first event. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys. Go to events. All right. I had two of my friends that went to an event with us. They both that night, they signed up in the parking lot. Like it's that important, that crucial. You want to go to events. They are huge. That is what made me catch the vision. I seen the vision. And excuse me. Let's see. When was this event? It was September. It was August. I'm sorry. It was right towards the end of August. And we went to the event. Natalie had just promoted to Emerald. I was still at Ruby, and we went to the event. The event was awesome. It was a one team, one mission that was here in Tampa. I'm from Tampa, guys. And it was huge. I was there, and I was like, man, you get a group of like-minded people together in the room. The energy is contagious. I wanted to go out, and I was like, man, I'm going Black Diamond tonight. That's all I know. And so you get pumped up, you get excited, and you just want to go out there and you want to do it. And it's one of those things where we left. We had a leadership retreat with the team, and got to really meet some of the leaders and some of our upline. And continued pushing. I had taken a different role at work, and had really stepped into a general manager position, and was at this point was literally working like 7 days a week. I'm talking 16-hour days every single day. I was consistently still posting about the business, but I didn't have a lot of time to work this business. Guys, you want to make this business work? Stop making excuses and make it work. I am proof in the pudding of that. Natalie is proof in the pudding of that. I had her bartending for me. 5-6 days a week. The one day that she was off, she was home at the house. She would literally tell you our story. She wanted to bring me home. She's like, yo, that's not right. How are we going to have a family if you're working 16-hour days? How are you ever going to spend time with the kids? We are money hungry. We are very, very money hungry. We're very money driven. You can help a lot more people if you got a big wallet on you. And I'm a firm believer in that. You can help so many more people in the world if you've got money to be able to help people. And so, a little bit kind of going into it, we hit December and we were able to retire. Natalie had actually promoted to Diamond in January. So we actually promoted when she was an Emerald and I was a Ruby. Or I'm sorry, we retired when I was a Ruby, she was an Emerald. And because we knew she was going to step into that diamond role, we made this do or die. There was no, well, maybe we can do this. No, I was like, you know what? I'm over this. We quit. We moved away from the nightlife. I was doing it for 10 years, stepped into this and went full force with this. Natalie she hit the diamond bonus. It was 10,000. We hit that, found that out going into conference. And then the next month, I double promoted and I went from Ruby to Diamond. And then in the last 30 days, we've promoted to Double Diamond and earned $30,000 in bonuses. So we've made $51,500 in bonuses in total in the last 7 months. So guys, I mean, the proof's there. It's just one of those things where you got to work, and you've got to work. There's no easy way of getting around this. We were both working. We were working 100 hours a week. And I'm one of those people that when it comes to us, we don't really do excuses because we've had a struggle. We were working a full-time job, but I wouldn't want to be working 100 hours a week if I didn't have to. And it's one of those things where you've got to do what you got to do if you want to step into that role to where if you want to be a diamond, you got to do what a diamond does. You want to be an ambassador, you got to do what an ambassador does. If you want to be a black diamond, guess what? I literally just interviewed Joel Dunn. I just got done interviewing him 15 minutes ago on a Zoom. He will straight up tell you there is nobody in this business that works harder than me. You want to know why I'm the number one income earner in this business? Because nobody in this business works harder than me. I don't believe in coasting. I won't. People ask me all the time, why don't you take a break and why don't you coast? Because that's not how you become a double black diamond. That's not how you become a triple black diamond. And those ranks don't even exist yet, but that's what he's mentally prepared for, and that's what he's pushing for. So guys, that's really what it comes down to. And it's a little bit of backstory about us, how we got started in the business. I'm kind of pumped up. The thermofit kicked in. The thermofit definitely kicked in a little bit. I was like, yeah, I'm going to drink on some coffee. And Natalie she stole the rest of my coffee. So I'm like, all right, let me take one scoop of greens and a thermofit, and I'll be good to go. Katie, what did you have question-wise for me as far as what did you want me to touch on topics-wise? Because I know I've got a lot of stuff. I know we briefly touched on leadership, attraction marketing, anything in particular that you would like me to start at?
Yeah, let's go ahead and let's start about AutoShip because that's really going from the beginning, the basics.
Sure, definitely. So guys, when we get our team started, and a lot of our team, I believe, is actually jumped on. I was looking to see. I've been kind of scrolling through real quick just to see. Yeah, I've seen a couple. But guys, we don't play with AutoShip. If you don't run your AutoShip, I don't help you. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. You don't run your AutoShip, you've given up on your business. If you own a storefront, how do you? And again, it's very, very nice that we don't have to purchase stock of product for companies. I will tell you, there is a Herbalife documentary that just hit Netflix. You want to talk about a business that makes you buy stock of product as a distributor, or else you are not considered a distributor? You should watch that documentary. It'll make you change your mind. It'll change your mind on how we are so blessed with the way they do things. We don't have to handle shipping. And this isn't just us, and it's not just, I'm not talking about Herbalife, but there's a lot of companies out there. They make their distributors purchase products. And if you don't purchase products, you're not considered a distributor with that company. We're very blessed with that. You have to use the products. You have to be a product of the product. I know that you guys get preached to about attraction marketing. We're not here to cold message people. We're here to talk to people. We're here to build relationships. I don't care that your sister used the wrap and your sister got great results. I don't care that your brother used it. I don't care about seeing the cheesy corporate photos from 2007 when the company first. I don't care about seeing that. Did you use the wrap? And if you didn't use the wrap, do you really expect me to buy it? I'm not going to buy it from you. Now, I understand, because when we first started, no, we didn't have the money to purchase one of every product. No, of course not. That's not realistic. Did we want to? Yeah, we sure did. I definitely did. But you pick a couple of products, and that's the purpose of the AutoShip. You find a couple products that you like. You get your own personal feels with those. You get your own before and afters, and you have them. You can talk about the flavor of the greens and why you prefer the berry greens over the orange greens. You can tell people what it does for you, what a product does for you. So if you're lacking in energy, hey, you should be able to tell people we got energy drinks, we got ThermoFit, we've got greens. We've got multiple products. That's knowing your product. That's not being knowledgeable to an aspect that you need to know everything there is to know about it, but you should know some ways about why the products work, why they work the way that they do. Because when you are building a relationship with somebody, when you're talking to them and they mention something, you should be going into your relationship building and you should be looking for reasons to be able to pick out certain, like, man, you know, this woman over here, you're talking to this girl and she's over here and she's talking about her day and how her day's been going and this and that. She's like, man, I'm so stressed. You should know that you should be able to talk to her about, I know what you're talking about. Like, thank God on those days I've got my Confianza. And people will be like, well, what's Confianza? You didn't pitch her a product. You told her about you're using a product and how it helps you. And that's it. Being a product of the product is crucial. I talk to people all the time, being in the gym and stuff. You're over here talking about how, hey, all women right now, it's a fad. All girls want a squat booty. I understand that. If I'm in the gym, I hear some girl talking about how she wants to work on her squat booty or something like that. Guess what? We got new you for that. It builds lean muscle mass. Know your products and know what they do and know how you can actually help other people with your products. And that's the key to it. But touching on auto ship, guys, if you don't run an auto ship, you are setting yourself up for disaster. I am very, very fortunate that I do host men's Zooms for the business. And I don't really have a problem getting the guys to speak on it, which is great. I've had a lot of ambassadors. I had Mike Patillo that actually just told me today he's perfectly cool with doing a Zoom with us. I'm going to reach out to Mark Pentecost, our CEO here eventually, because we are good friends. Natalie and I are good friends with Kyler. I'm going to reach out to Mark and I'm going to see if he doesn't mind jumping on a 30-minute Zoom. We're going to get poured into, and every single person, ambassador that has spoken with us or that has talked to us has told us, you have to be a product of the product. You have to. You will not go into an ambassador or not even just an ambassador. I'll take away from that. You can take the ambassador out of it. You will not go into a top 250 income earner in our company, and you will not find that they are not using our products. You won't find it. There is nobody in this business that has been successful not using our products. If you use a face wash and you're going to Yolta or Ulta, whatever it is, hey, sorry if I butcher some of the women's store names, but if you're going into Mac or if you're going into Yolta or Ulta, whatever it is, you're going to Macy's or wherever, and you're getting a high dollar cleanser or some kind of a facial wash, you should be using ours. And even if you don't use it because you do hey, I really, really like this and I'm not getting away from it, I'm stuck in my ways, you should at least try ours or have it to take a picture of it. That's it. You should try it one time and you should have it there, because you know what? When your girlfriend comes over, before y'all be going out and going to the club and getting a couple glasses of wine in, and she goes into the bathroom, she's washing her hands, she's going to look, she's going to, oh, how's that cleanser? Oh, it's great. I love it. Guess what? You just sold her a cleanser and you didn't even mean to, just because it's sitting there on your countertop. You come to our house, our products are all over the house. So funny. So I got Big Vinny. I'm sure a lot of you know who Vinny Ferrazano is. He's actually my accountability partner. And Vinny goes, dude, I will have parties at the house. We'll have people over. We'll be drinking and having a good time. We'll just take the products and we'll just start putting them all over the house. And I'm like, wait, what? He goes, yeah, just put random products all over the house. People are like picking up. They're like, hey, what is this? Before you realize it, we'll do that a couple times with the wraps. One person picks up a wrap and they're like, hey, what is this thing? Can I try it? And then it's on. And then before you realize it, you got 10 other people sitting there that have wrapped and they've thrown a wrap on. And it's just that simple. Have the products on hand, because it's necessary. And with auto ship, we're very, very big on if you don't have your auto ship set up. Okay, now granted, I do understand things happen. You lost your job. It's one of those things where, say you're in foreclosure, your house is in foreclosure, you're getting ready to get kicked out of your house, you're getting ready to go to a homeless shelter. Hey, we'll probably let that slide. But at the end of the day, why are you not, Natalie just said it, why are you not selling wraps? If you're in a situation to where you're broke, hey, I'm going to tell you this real quick. You get a wrap reward for these things. They're $25, all right? Not even just that. Even if you're spending $60 on them, that's money. They're $25 a piece. This is money. This is money. And it's so funny, because we'll ask people, we'll go, hey, do you have wraps on you at the house? Yeah. Well, so why are you not running your auto ship? You don't run your auto ship on our team, we remove you from our team chat. We remove you from our team page. You have quit your business. Plain and simple. And we're savage about that, because we're product of the product. I don't want you using somebody else's photos. You need to be using your own. I was at the pool yesterday. We were at the pool. I'm over here taking photos of Thermo Fit and New You over here with, just because it's like a crazy background. I'm like, all right, it looks different. And I'll do that, and I'll do that all the time. I'll just carry a random product with me. I'm sitting at Starbucks, and I've got that, and a tub of greens sitting there, or a greens on the go packet, and a greens chew, and just whatever it is, you learn to utilize everything around you as an opportunity to be able to take your own pictures. And you have to have the products in your hands to take your own pictures. Touching on Facebook, if you're using a photo that's already been reposted, Facebook right now hates photos as it is, but you're not going to get the visibility on it if it's a photo that 100 people have posted. If you're posting that Mark Pentecost makes a post and he's talking about how the go bonuses are, or perfect example, they just did the thing where you're getting, you sign up, sign up your first 4 loyal customers, you get $100 product credit. If you guys posted that photo off of Mark Pentecost's wall, I can guarantee you, and I'll bet money on this, that you didn't get more than 5 likes on it. You want to know why? Because 50,000 other It Works distributors just posted that same photo, and it's the same source coding. So when you save that photo into your phone from somebody else that's already posted it, that same source coding is saved in your phone, so Facebook knows whenever you're posting somebody else's information. And that's how Facebook works. Facebook is the biggest supercomputer that there is in the world. So you got to make sure that's the importance of having that auto ship set up. And it's really for the purposes of your marketing. Yeah, you need to be taking the products, of course, but you need to have it for marketing purposes. It's very, very crucial. Katie?
Okay, so next topic, that's actually perfect, thank you. We're going to let's talk about some leadership versus management. How do you lead and not manage?
Okay, this is a good topic. I love this topic. I actually wrote down some really good notes. I actually have a video that I did that talks about leaders versus managers. Guys, I will tell you, I am not a manager, and I'll make sure that I keep the language down, because I definitely don't want to drop any crazy language. But I will say this: I'm not here to clean up after people. I'm really not. I'm not a manager. If I wanted to be managing people, I'd have still stayed at my job where I was making $100,000 a year managing clubs. I ain't trying to do that. That's not for me. That's not what I want to do. Okay. I am not a manager. I am not going to be a manager. I do not go and pick up after you. I'm not going to give somebody direction and tell them, you need to go and do this. And then I'll tell you, this is what I'm doing, and I'll lead by example, but I'm not going to tell you that you need to do this. And then I'm going to call back up on you and have to check up on you. If you don't make the initial step to showing up, if you're not showing up, I'm not showing up. I will go at your pace all day long. Of course I will. I'm here to go at your pace. Natalie and I have a really, really good system worked out. She does majority of the very, very hands-on training. She handles more or less the screenshots aspect of things, especially when it comes to loyal customers, because we do have a system in place for how we start our new distributors. But everything that we do to start our distributors is to avoid management mode. Guys, I'm going to tell you, there's two steps to putting yourself in burnout. The first is definitely management mode, but management mode comes from poor retention. And at the end of the day, you have to understand this. If you built somebody for a specific rank in this business and they are not doing the work, but you built them, that's your fault. That ain't nobody else's fault. That's your fault. If you're giving somebody customers and you're putting customers underneath somebody to fill them at a 400 box, or vice versa, if you put somebody, say you're going Emerald and you built somebody completely to Ruby, you built them. So don't get mad at them if they're not doing the work. They didn't ask to be put there. They were somebody that you felt was perfect to put there, and that's how it works. You've got to make sure that you avoid going over people. You shouldn't have to be messaging somebody going, hey, did you see that credit card declined? No, that's not your job. You should not be doing that. But at the same point, do we do that whenever you guys don't? Yeah, we do have to do that, because at the end of the day, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I ain't missing my paycheck because you don't want to work. So if I have to step in, yes, I will. But at the same time, if I have to step in, then I'm one of those people, and I know Natalie's the same way. If I've got to step in, then guess what? I'm going to step in and I'm going to go ahead and take care of it. So don't worry about it. And then at that point, I kind of write you off. We're very, very firm on you need to do things yourself. We're all adults here. All right. If you need money, if you need money right now, go get a job. I had to work. I busted my ass whenever I started this business. That's what we had to do. You have to do it. And it's unfortunate. You can't. Nobody steps into this money. Guys, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. Nobody steps into this business making 10 grand the first month. Even the crazy stories. And I do want to tell you guys this too. So if you hear these crazy stories, because every now and then you'll hear Mark will get on the Sunday night phone call and they want to talk about this girl that she just started with the company and she went diamond in a month, and then she went double diamond in 2 months, and then she went presidential in 4 months, and she went ambassador in 6. That's crazy. I'm going to be honest with you. That's like hitting the lottery. And most of those people, they forget to leave this out, okay? Most of those people come from other companies where they've already got a network built. So they're like a top 10 income earner in another company, and either their company collapsed or they just have so much influence because they're just completely sick and tired of their old company, and or vice versa. They're one of those people that coast and they let their business fall apart. So now they're looking to rebuild into something different, but they have influence because they were somebody that already showed success. So they step into our company and they just take off and they zoom. That is very, very rare. And I did see Nat, she just posted this. It took us 7 months to go diamond, and we're mass enrollers. I'm talking about we enroll 20 distributors a month, 30, 40 loyal customers a month. And it took us 7 months to go diamond, all right? It took 7 months for her, 8 months for me. Tina, our other diamond's on here as well. She's the same way. She's a mass enroller. She signs 12 to 15 distributors herself every single month and 30 loyal customers a month. And guys, it took her 8 months to go diamond, okay? If you really, when you actually look at our compensation plan in that compensation plan that's put out there, the average time frames, like, don't be discouraged if you started with a company and you didn't hit diamond in 3 months. Because I'm going to be real, I didn't hit diamond in 3 months. I wish I could have hit diamond in 3 months. I'd have been happy. That doesn't happen. And it can be a little bit discouraging. But this is something else, too, that you guys need to understand. If you don't hit diamond in 3 months, who cares? Because guess what? When you do hit diamond and you start making those paychecks every single month, that's whenever the money really starts coming in. The bonus is great. The bonus is an incentive to push. But we have a lot of friends in this business that have been in this business for years, and they haven't ranked up. We're great friends with Jessica Pearson. Jess has been sitting at triple for 4 years now, and she hasn't moved up. That's out of her own thing. And the great thing is just because you don't hit a bonus this year doesn't mean, so maybe you get to double this year, and you miss all the bonuses. Guess what? Mark's going to bring brand new bonuses next year, and you're still going to be eligible for a triple bonus, a press bonus, and an ambassador bonus. Bonuses are far and few. They're not much of anything. But going back to and this is what I find though, so kind of actually touching on that, staying on that topic, you miss your bonus. So you start looking at your team as it's their fault. So you start managing your team going, well, it's your fault, it's this, and you start blaming. That's a manager trait. You don't blame people. You don't ever humiliate anybody. You don't ever put anybody on the spot, especially in public or in a group chat. That is poor. That is a very, very poor leadership skill. You've got to make sure that when you're leading people, you lead them by example. Don't expect somebody to do something that you're not doing. Definitely lead by example. I'm real big on that. But touching on some of the traits, you've got to make sure that when you're leading versus managing, so to speak, as a leader, you're going to make sure that you set the bar, that you inspire people. You're going to make sure that you're leading people, again, like I said, by example. But a manager shows up and they don't work. A manager's sitting back and they're divvying out the work and they're watching and they're they want everybody to do the work for them. All right. We don't do that in this business. And I'm going to tell you guys what made us and pushed us further in this business than anything and has us continuously growing as people is leadership development. You need to learn to love it. If you're not doing self-development daily, and by self-development, I don't mean just pop in Tony Robbins and listen to him drop F-bombs and get screaming and telling about this and about psychology and telling you, oh, you're a better person, you need to do it. Guys, we all know that we can do it. We all know that we deserve this. We all know that we need to be the people that need to be moving forward. But it's you, okay? If you're not growing, if you're not promoting in your business, it's because you're lacking as a leader. You are only going to grow as high as your leadership skills can actually handle, all right? And whether you believe in God or not, God's not going to give you something that you can't handle. He's not going to give you something you can't. There's nobody in this business. Okay, well, technically I can't say that. But very, very far few people, and I will tell you this, there's nobody that's hit ambassador in this business that's maintained ambassador, and they're not a strong leader. There's people that have been in this business and they have influence and because they've managed so many people because they're just natural of influence. But they hit this business and they blow up and they just mass recruit people. But in order to actually maintain that and to continue growing, because who wants to hit ambassador for a month to say, hey, I'm an ambassador, and then you're only getting paid as a double diamond? That's not cool. That's you're a double diamond to me. That's what you say you are. Rank doesn't mean anything in this business. It really doesn't. I know people in this business that are rubies that have more leadership skills than ambassadors. I know people in this business that are emeralds that have more leadership skills than triple diamonds. And that's just how it is. You've got to make sure that you're constantly pouring into yourself. What pushed us further in this business? So we were doing self-development whenever we were first starting out. And that's what kind of got us to ruby, got us to emerald. And then all of a sudden it was like, okay, so what do we need to do? Because we're hitting stagnant here. So what do we need to do? And not even just that, guys, I'm going to tell you, when you continue to grow yourself as a leader, you start attracting better and better and better people, because it's just natural. When you get started in a business, you're not bringing in those super quality people. And I'm sure every single person that's on this Zoom right now, I can guarantee you that now depending on how many people that you've got that are actually with you, I can guarantee you that your first, second, third distributors, if you're someone that's been in this business for 3 months, they're probably not working with you anymore. They're probably not. That's just realistic of it. I will tell you, as you continue to grow in this business, the people that are on your chart when you hit ruby are probably not going to be on your chart when you hit diamond. The people that are on your chart when you hit diamond are probably not going to be on your chart when you hit triple. People that are on your chart on one leg when you hit triple are probably not going to be on your chart when you hit ambassador if you stick with the company that long. That's the nature of the beast. That's the nature of the business. It takes on average 3 no's for a person when they get started to say no and they're done with this business. Like 97% of people quit after hearing 3 no's when they get started. So we didn't know this. We didn't know certain things about this business. So we poured into ourselves as leaders, and we started to learn how to better retain our new distributors. And you've really got to make sure that you avoid management mode. Management mode comes from poor customer retention. I'm going to be perfect. I feel like it comes from that more than anything. If you're not mass enrolling if you're not enrolling loyal customers, and you're not retaining those loyal customers, and say that you're not retaining those loyal customers, but if you're not replacing those loyal guys, you're doing the work and you're falling backwards. That's almost like the definition of insanity. You're doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, but you're expecting a different result. It doesn't happen that way. You've got to make sure that you avoid this management mode. In management mode, I'm telling you, it'll kill your business. It really will. Focus on retaining your customers. Really, really focus on building new customers for sure. I mean, because again, we are a customer-based business. You can go out and you can recruit 100 distributors in a day, but if nobody signs one customer, ain't nobody getting paid. You want to make sure you're thinking long-term as a leader. You want to make sure you're thinking long-term. Leaders they understand that this business it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. A manager thinks now. They need it now. They want it done now. Okay. When I say we, Natalie, myself, and Tina's our diamond. We all could have been promoted. Like, shoot, we could have been, I think we probably would have been about bots. I know we definitely would have both been bots for presidential, pushing into ambassador charts. Tina was the same. She'd have been bots for presidential herself. But as a manager, yeah, you would do that. It's a manager trait to kind of expedite things and to try to rush. You have to think long-term in this business. Are you only going to be in this business for a year or 2 years? So why does it matter that you get to ambassador? Why does it matter that you get to diamond in 6 months? It doesn't. It doesn't. Because at the end of the day, most businesses, they take on average 3 years before you're even going to see a profit. All right. And I do think of this business as a get-rich business. I don't call it a scam. It's not a scheme. This is a get-rich business. Because in my personal opinion, working 40 years for some corporate job sitting at a cubicle and retiring and being broke sounds pretty terrible. Whereas if I can put 5 years in on this and I can make $1 million and I never have to work again in my life, that sounds pretty get rich to me. So, and yes, I just seen Candace, she say, it's not get rich overnight. No, it's not. And this is something where you got to put in the work and you do get paid, but you got to put the work in up front. Plant as many seeds as you possibly can. Be talking to people. You need to be talking to everybody you come within 5 foot of. The last kind of biggest thing I feel like when it comes to leaders is guys, you got to learn to inspire. You got to learn to influence people. You have to be a person of influence. If you are not, okay, the biggest leadership tip I can give you guys, learn to be self-aware. So what do I mean by self-aware? And this will help you avoid management mode. You need to understand what your weaknesses are, okay? You need to understand what your weaknesses are as a person, as a leader, and you do need. Some people will say you don't focus on your weaknesses. No, you don't focus a lot on your weaknesses, but you should learn to be well-rounded. a real top income earner, somebody that's actually going to the top, that's actually working the business, that is a Katie, or that is a Natalie, or a Tina, or Brittany, whoever. Some of these people that are actually working this business, that are leaders. Okay, they understand this. You have to be well-rounded in all aspects of this business. So am I telling you, okay, well, I'm terrible at signing distributors, so do you need to put all your focus on signing distributors? No, you don't. But you know what you do need to do? You need to do some research, and you need to learn. The best leaders are the best learners. You need to be self-aware of what your weaknesses are, and you need to be perfectly fine and perfectly capable of fixing them. Guys, if you can't handle constructive criticism, I'm going to tell you right now, you are not ready to be successful. If you are not ready to handle haters and handle no's, you are not ready to be successful. You are not ready to be in this business. You know the difference between me? I'll tell you this. The difference between Katie and myself, Katie's probably heard more no's than me. The difference between me and the difference between Candace, hey, you know what? I guarantee you, and I don't know what rank you are, but I'll just say, if you're a Ruby and I'm a double, guess what? I probably heard more no's than you. The difference between me and Joel Dunn's heard way more no's than me. And that's the only difference. That is the only thing that keeps, that's the biggest difference. You have to learn to take those no's. And again, that's being self-aware. You have to be positively pouring into yourself, remove anything negative that's around you. That's a huge leadership characteristic. You got to be, if we watch The Secret once or twice a month, just because it's like, you need that refresh sometimes. You have a couple days of going through bad stuff. Sometimes you need to hear some positivity. And The Secret is always great because it does make you, oh yeah, that's right. You know what? I need to start thinking positive again, because you hear it for 90 minutes and it does. It changes your mindset. But be self-aware. Self-awareness is really, really big because, again, it teaches you what you need to work on. Especially, and I'll say self-awareness is huge for somebody that's getting ready to step into much more of a leadership role. Other than that, I feel like you need to make sure that you do have somewhat of influence. You need to be an influential person, but you need to inspire people. And how do we inspire people? We get out there and we do the work that we're talking about. If you're not signing 10 customers, if you're not signing 15 customers, don't expect your team to sign 10 or 15 customers each. You've got to make sure that you're doing it. That's one of the keys to being a leader. You got to lead by example. That goes in turn with using products. Be a product of the product. Do you really expect your team to run auto ships if you're not running an auto ship? Do you really expect your team to sell product if you're not using the product yourself and showing them what the product is and how it does? I mean, that's what it is. You need to be a leader. You need to lead by example. I think that's kind of big things that I kind of touched on as far as leadership. I know I kind of ranted a little bit about that one.
No, that's perfect. I absolutely love that. And really leading by example, that's really how, once you start leading by example, your team will literally follow behind, and you won't have to feel like you need to keep talking to them and managing per se, it just happens. All right. So let's talk about, this is really, really big, and I know you're great at this. So let's talk about posting and attraction marketing. What would you say for somebody who is posting but not getting any interaction? What do they need to change and make happen to get that interaction up and get people wanting to sign with them?
Okay, so this is going to go in turn with self-awareness. You need to be, again, if we're running a business from social media, this is something that I personally kind of do. I'm great at blitzing people, but I don't go out looking to blitz people. I talk to people that I normally come in contact with. Natalie hates blitzing people. So does she blitz people? No, she doesn't. She doesn't focus on it. She doesn't waste time on it. She doesn't sit here and watch hours of videos on how to learn how to perfectly blitz people, because you know what? That's something that you either, when it comes to blitzing, you're either comfortable approaching people or you're not. Now, does she carry blitz cards on her everywhere she goes? Yeah, she definitely does. You definitely do, because you want to make sure that you have a blitz card so that way you can talk to somebody if you're standing in line at Starbucks and you start talking to them. But going in with attraction marketing, again, this is being self-aware. You need to look at your page. All right. So a couple of things that we kind of talk about from the start. Is your page what everybody should be looking at? Like if you were to click on your page right now, I always say this. I say your social media is your business card. All right, it's your business card. For example, if you are to click on your page right now, are you the type of person that I'm going to want to get on your page and I'm going to actually scroll past your cover photo and your regular profile picture? Or are you the type of person that I'm going to click it? Because that's the first thing I see. First impressions are everything. All right, there's a bunch of girls on here, and I want to see this. I want you guys to just comment if you guys can if you guys can agree, just put a 1 in the comments, just out of curiosity. How many of you ladies that are on here, when you're back in your single days and you're dating, okay? So you got this guy, he comes up and he's chatting you up, he's talking you up a little bit. How many of you ladies know within the first 10 seconds whether this guy's a loser or somebody you're going to give your attention to? I want you to put a 1. Yeah, I'm seeing that thing go crazy right now. Literally, that's what it is. Social media is no different. It's no different. No different whatsoever. It is exactly the same exact way. First impressions are everything. So if I don't know you at all, and I'm stepping on, and I'm going to just say, for example, I'm going to send you send me a friend request. Yeah, not even just that. I send you a friend request. You click on my page right now, you're going to see a picture of me smiling where I've got my hair done. I'm clean shaved now. Right now, I'm not as clean shaved. But I'm going to be clean shaved. I got a picture of a Lamborghini that's bright green. It's bright. It's attraction. You're at least, even if you don't agree with me or what I'm doing, you're going to scroll down on my page. You're going to be interested in what I do. Whereas if you have a profile picture that's something that's completely irrelevant, all right, something that's like I'm trying to think of something that's crazy, like a clown, something that's completely off the wall, a clown that's at a costume party from back in 1920s. And then your cover photo itself is something that's completely irrelevant. Your cover photo is something that's like, it looks like it was shot from an old school video camera that is like terrible pixel quality. It's a terrible quality photo. I'm going to honestly, this is me personally, I'm going to click on your page. I'm going to go, what is this person doing? I'm not even going to, if you send me a friend, I don't care if you're getting a million, I'm just going to move on. I'll move on to the next one. And this is, again, I've had some people that I go, well, I'm just not an attractive person. Well, I'm going to tell you this. You better learn to be confident. You are an attractive person, okay? Attraction marketing is confidence. You have to be confident that you are the best that there is. And now, am I telling you that you need to look like a beauty queen? No, I'm not. But I'm telling you, you should be confident in you as a person, because this is one thing that you have to realize. If you're not confident in you as a person, you're not going to be confident in you as a person. You're going to be, because you're going to be the same. You're going to be the same person for the rest of your life. You need to learn to start breeding yourself on being confident, because the confidence is what shows. People are attracted to confidence. You know, you'll have people that, we have people that are not confident at all, and attraction marketing does not work if you're not a confident person. You need to be confident in the aspect of knowing that whenever you make a post, or if somebody knows it works, somebody thinks if it works, you need to be confident that they're going to come to you for the products. They're not going to go to anybody else. I have people all the time that tell me, they go, dude, do you hire, or do you accept other distributors from It Works? Obviously 60, 70, 80% of the time I do, because I don't want to fill my friends list up completely with It Works distributors. But I'm going to tell you this. When you get on these top income earners pages, do you think that they're really generating 5, 6, 7, 8, 900 leads whenever they're making a post? It's It Works distributors, because they're people of influence, because they're confident, because they're at the top. They're influential people. So you should be accepting your friends. Your friends should be commenting. They should be liking. They should be commenting on your statuses. You guys as a team should all be liking and commenting on everybody's statuses. First off, it tricks the algorithm. It's going to boost your post, and that's what it is. We're real big on that. I mean, we make sure that we're liking and commenting on our own team stuff. I would rather, and this is something else too that I always say. So say for example, you got me. I'm over here and I'm making a post. All right, and I'm making a post and I'm getting 50 likes on my post. We'll say it's 48 It Works distributors. Hey, you know what? The average person doesn't know that, right? But I'm making a product post. We're going to post the same exact photo. So me and Katie are posting the same photo. Here it is. Before and after photo of the wrap. All right. I posted it. I get 50 likes. Katie posted. She gets 1 like. Who are you going to buy a wrap from? You probably going to buy a wrap from somebody who looks like they're getting 50 likes and that's getting interaction on their page. Now, granted, am I telling you that you need to accept every It Works distributor? No, I'm not. But I'm telling you, you should be accepting your friends. You should be making friends within the company, because you guys support each other. That's what you want. You want a supporting cast. Now, I will tell you, I mean, maybe you should watch the mutual friends to make sure that doesn't go up. But at the same time, you know, I'm so confident that I could care less. I'll make my entire friends list It Works distributors. That's probably not a wise business decision, but I don't care. I'm going to tell you this. If I got 1,000 people on my friends list and I'm over here and I'm marketing and I got 500 It Works distributors, I'm confident in myself as a person. There ain't none of y'all stealing my customers. None of them. If you want to know why, first off, they're going to come back to me. They're going to tell me that what you did, which is going to make me unfriend you, because let's be real. People talk. That's how it is. I am so confident in myself as a person. You put me in a room next to Joel Dunn and you give us the same product and you put one customer in front of us, I'm confident that I'm going to make the sale before he does, because that's me. That's me. I'm confident. I am very, very energetic. And I'm one of those people that's just how I feel. It's not about arrogance. It's about being confident. Now, does it work out all the time? No, it doesn't. But at the same time, your confidence shows, and that's what it is. And yes, Candace, it is definitely about energy. You have to be energetic. Joel had actually said something, and it's so funny because what did he say? I forget who the guy is, but he said the 3 E's of leadership is enthusiasm, energy, and excitement. And I'm over here, and I'm like, all right, that kind of sounds like me. I like to be energetic. I like to be enthusiastic, and you know, you want to show your energy, and yeah, you got to be excited. That's for sure, guys. So touching on attraction marketing, do things that are different. You got to do things that are different, and this is in turn again why you want to be original. You want to have your own posts. You got to make sure that you're being original. You're using the products. That's one of the keys to making sure that you're super successful in this business. If you're posting the same exact thing as 5,000 other It Works distributors, how do people know who to go to? How are you distinguishing yourself? I look at what people do. I look at what the people are doing that are going to the top. And I can tell you, when you look at these people that are top income earners and you look at their page, they're not doing the same thing that you're doing. I can tell you that. They're doing something that's different. Now, you have to make sure you're putting value out there. So I'm a person that believes in value. I believe in quality over quantity. Touching on it, you should not be posting more than 4 times in a day. You should not. Your Facebook Lives post, they do count in that. So if you're not going live, go live. Don't go live every day, but she said 3 E's. Enthusiasm, energy, and excitement. Those are the 3 E's. But you want to make sure that you're adding value. You want to make sure you're putting quality over quantity, guys. Quality over quantity. That is a key to attraction marketing. You will not attract people if you're spamming them. If you look like you're branding the company, if you look like you're doing advertisement for the company, guess what you're doing? Advertisement for the company. That doesn't benefit you. That doesn't help. That's not great. You have to make sure that you are doing something to set yourself away and depart from the company. So whether that means that you're going live and you're rapping twice a week and you're talking about another product, and then maybe in between that, you're going to go live 2 days afterwards and you're going to show – I gotta turn this air off. It's getting a little bit nippy. You're going to go live and you're going to show how you use the defining gel in between the raps. Do something that's different. That's not what people do. You know what It Works distributors do? A lot of them, well, obviously I know none of us do it. You know what It Works distributors do? They cold message people, and they send them cheesy before and after pictures. And they say, hey, are you interested in being a product tester for my company? I got 5 spots left on my Guess what? They've already got that script. And they got that script by 100 other people. You look the exact same. Should never look at a script. All right, you look at a script. Now, am I telling you don't use a script? No, I'm telling you look at a script and you put it in your own words. That's what you do. That is attraction marketing. You should never use something that somebody else is using. It should always be different. I literally just touched on this in a video today. Take some stuff that you find. So if you get on somebody's page and you see something that you like, put it into your own words. You have to put it in your own words. If you're copying and pasting text, if you're copying and pasting a photo, I'm going to tell you, Facebook is limiting who's seeing it. Very, very big. Very, very plain and simple. You have to make sure. And the most recent up-to-date Facebook update, they do not favor photos. If you post a photo, all right, so say you're somebody that's getting 100 likes on a photo. That's just, I'm going off of the math. If you're getting 100 likes on a text photo or a text status, you post a photo, you're only going to get on average about 70 likes. Say all those same people liked it. You're going to lose 30% of your visibility. Now, say that you posted another photo directly behind that, you're actually going to get about 85% less visibility from that original 30% that you lost. Facebook right now does not favor photos. I've posted, I think this month, just this month in June so far, I think I posted one or two photos. I post like 3 photos a week. I don't post photos. I don't do it. I would rather, if I'm going to post a photo, especially, and if I am going to post a before and after, I'm posting my own. And I'm going to tell you why I'm going to post my own, because ain't nobody else got it. And I'm not going to, and that's plain and simple. Maybe it's one that I posted a couple times, but I'm going to post my own before and after from rapping. A fresh brand new rap. I'm going to put a fresh brand new rap on. I'm going to rap. I'm going to post my own before and after photo. I'm going to go, if I'm going to talk about a product, I'm going to go live and I'm going to talk about it. Because guys, this is different. It's original. I'm going to tell you this, when you make a live, you're going to get so many more people that are going to actually view. So even if you're somebody that's only getting 40, 60, 70, 80 views, I'm going to tell you this, on your post, you're only getting like 10 people that are actually seeing your post. Now, there are ways that we can get around this. Obviously, Facebook has an algorithm. The algorithms constantly change. They're constantly going to continue changing. The only way that you can kind of stay up to date with them is you can read blogs, but not even all the blogs are even up to date because let's be perfectly honest with you, they don't know everything. A lot of it is trial and error. I have been doing social media for the last 15 years. I have been like adamant about it. Natalie has been doing social media for the last 15 years. Tina has been doing social media for the last 15 years. So we do talk about up-to-date current stuff. But I am very, very fortunate that I did have some friends that kind of I did have some friends that they do Fortune 500 marketing for companies, and they have some very, very sophisticated softwares that will teach you about metrics and logistics of actually how the algorithms are weighted. So whenever I make a post, they'll tell me exactly what it is. I see everybody, y'all are laughing, so I don't want to see what happened. You let your team yes, we do let the team post before and afters. But they should be posting their own before and afters. If you're posting your own pictures the first time you posted a picture, now granted, I want you guys to understand this. If it's the first time that you're posting a picture, it's going to be visible. It's going to, but you need to make sure that it's an eye-catching, popping appearance photo. We definitely want them posting before and afters, but don't post it. Don't post your before and after pictures. If you're posting, okay, if you're someone right now, you need loyal customers. Naturally, you want to be posting product posts. We understand that. You want to be doing stuff that's going to get people seeing you're going to be signing loyal customers. You're not going to be signing many loyal customers from lifestyle posts or from business opportunity posts. So what we'll do is if you're someone that's over here and you're signing or you're making a post about, hey, check out these results on this from this system or something, hey, oh, my girl started this system 30 days ago. What do you think? You put some arrows pointing down. Post a photo as the first comment, because then Facebook they'll make sure that the post itself is very visible, and it helps you kind of get around the algorithm a little bit. I'm sure you guys have noticed a lot of the ambassadors and whatnot. They don't post. They're going to post a nice little written thing, and they'll talk about how this worked and this and that. They'll give a little story, but they're not even going to post the photo. Even with that, they're going to post it in the comments. Post your before and afters. There's nothing wrong with posting a really, really good before and after picture. If you look at that and you're like, wow, like that's crazy. Yeah, that would really catch my eyes. Yeah, I mean, definitely don't post that in the actual status itself. But if it's something that's like an average result, so you're just trying to attract some people, post it in the comments. Like if it's not some results that you ain't ever seen before, I wouldn't post it. Now, if it's my personal results, yeah, I will post those to the public. I will post that right on the status for sure. Because again, it's the first time that it's actually getting coded to Facebook that way. So you want to make sure that you're posting original content. Facebook does not like copy and paste. Now, just so you guys know too, Facebook is trying to compete with YouTube. They're not trying to compete with Instagram. They own Instagram. So you want to post photos, post all the photos you want on Instagram. All right. Facebook favors videos. That's why they made a live video feature. The story mode has clippets. Okay. They want you taking small clippets. Very, very similar to Snapchat. I love Snapchat. If you guys aren't using Snapchat, learn to love it. It is the best thing that there is out there. I snap my life daily. I want to be one of those people. I want to post on Facebook 10 times a day. I wish I could, but I can't. And I know that I can't. So guess what? I don't, plain and simple. You got to make sure that you're utilizing other forms of social media and change up your stuff that you're posting. So if you're posting a lifestyle post on Facebook, then maybe post your product post on Instagram. Change it up a little bit. Hey Nat, I need the charger for the computer. Sorry, I had to do a little yell at her. But yeah, I mean, change up your posting. Make it different to where if somebody gets on your social media, they're not going to check Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram and see the same thing 3 times. People don't want to see that. They want to see variation. So throw variation in there because that's going to keep them guessing. That's going to make them want to go back and check all 3 individual social media platforms. If you're throwing the same content out there and they start seeing that, guess what? They're going to know whenever they see Facebook, they're not going to have to check your Instagram daily because they've already seen it. Thank you, man. Sorry, guys. Let me get this. That's all right. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. All right. I just wanted to make sure I didn't die on you guys. She gave me the stare. It's all right. I like that stare. Yeah, you want to make sure you're posting valuable content. The best way you can post valuable content, being a product of the product, you have to be a product of the product in order to utilize our marketing style of attraction marketing. That is why we require our team to run an auto ship. You cannot be a product of the product and utilize attraction marketing if you're not using the products. People want to see your own personal results. I really am a firm believer on making sure that you're posting valuable content again, and you want to be sure that you're being original. The key is it's psychology is really what it is. So like, I'm real big on psychology, guys. If you don't know your color, you should know your colors. Definitely do your psychology test. Figure out your colors, because what you'll learn is you'll learn that when you're talking to specific people, you can bring up certain words and certain phrases that'll trigger sense of emotion. People are naturally attracted to emotion. We make decisions based off emotion. About 80% of your decisions are made from emotion. 20% are based off logic. So what a lot of people actually start doing is whenever they're actually pitching the business, they put too much logic into it. Oh, we do this, we make this. And oh my God, please keep the business simple. This is such a simple business. So many people complicate it. I'm like, stop complicating this business. Goodness, you start talking to them about building relationships, and they can't build a relationship. They run through their warm market and they forget how to talk to people. It's like, yo, just talk. You talk. You built relationships your entire life. Just talk to people. Just build relationships, and it's that simple. But you have to make sure you're keeping it simple, because to be honest with you, that's what it is. People, they start overcomplicating things, and they start trying to put too much into it. Attraction marketing is simple. It is so simple. You know what you're doing? You're making a normal post that you're already making, and you're just learning how to incorporate the products into your post. So if you're over here and you're talking about how you're having such a stressful day, guess what? Oh my God, I had such a horrible day. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. The alarm didn't go off, and then I went to go get in the shower, and my stupid boyfriend had used up all the hot water. And then he left me no towels in there. And then I slipped getting out of the shower. And then on the way to work, I got a flat tire and I ran out of gas and I had to take a cab. And I got to work and I was an hour late. My boss screamed at me, but thank God I got my confianza. Just leave it at that. Plain and simple. Guess what? People are going to go, what the hell is confianza? What is that stuff? I want to try it. You're going to get 10 people in your inbox asking you what it is. And you just made this crazy elaborate post that had absolutely nothing to do with the business. And all you did was just throw it in there. Very, very minor, and that's all we do. It's that simple. That's all we do. Going in, and you just learn. Like I go through life looking at, okay, how can I make this an It Works post? Like how can I make an It Works post out of this? Whether it's taking a photo and whatever it is. Man, when I go to the grocery store, I'm gonna tell you, anytime I get a receipt in my hand, I don't care if I paid with my It Works card or not. I'm taking a picture like I did. Woohoo, It Works, picked up the bill. They didn't pick up the bill. I mean, actually, not well, now they did pick up the bill. But even when I first started, boy, let me tell you, they were buying gas. They were paying for haircuts. They were paying for groceries. I mean, and that's what it is. A big, big key. All right. I am not big on fake it till you make it. I will tell you that doesn't work. That gives a false perception of what we are doing. You want people to think, you want people to trust you. People find out that you're faking it. They're not going to trust you. Don't start a business and go to an open house and go walking through $1 million home on the water. Let's be real. I'm going to look at you and I'm going to go, what are you doing? Like that looks like the biggest scam ever. Like, who told you to do that? Don't go and you just started with a business 2 months ago and you're going and you're looking at a brand new S550 Mercedes. That's a $250,000 car. Okay, no, that's not smart. We're not doing that. Don't go and test drive a Lamborghini and put your whole life at risk to test drive a car to say that you're faking it till you make it. You are not going to get anybody to sign up with you doing that. Fake it till you make it is, hey guys, guess what? Thank God It Works could pick up the bill this week whenever I went to go get my nails done for the second time this month. And you take a picture of your nails holding your It Works card. People don't know that you didn't do that. They have no idea about that. Fake it till you make it is, hey, I'm so excited that I got to welcome my two of my best friends today to the system challenge that I'm doing, or for the summer 6-pack challenge. This is so great. I can't believe, I can't wait to see their results. And guess what? You didn't even sign a customer up, but that gets people excited. That gets them pumped up. They're like, wow, if other people are doing it, I want to jump on board. It is psychology. And that's what it is. Talk about how you just welcomed one of your best friends to the business. That's fake it till you make it. That attracts people. That's what people want to see. They want to see that you're signing people. They want to see that your business is growing, because people are afraid to step into something on their own. They want to see that you're stepping into it. And when you focus on branding yourself, that's how you brand yourself. You really, really focus on branding yourself by adding value, by putting yourself out there, by being confident and making sure that people are actually, you're putting valuable content out there for people to enjoy. I think that's kind of, I wanted to look, make sure my notes. Oh guys, this is something too that I want to touch on. Cause this is something that we kind of, we did this from the start. Stop focusing on too many different mentors. Find one or two mentors, maybe three at tops, but find people that are compatible to what you're doing. So, I love, there are certain, well, I'm not gonna say I love, but there are certain people in this business that I would say I don't love it all, that conflict with a lot of the stuff that we say and a lot of the stuff that we preach with attraction marketing. I don't watch them. I don't care to hear what they say. They can be great and they can be effective at working their business how they want to work it, but that doesn't benefit me. All right. Learn to find a mentor or two, one specifically for business that can teach you the aspect of the business and how it runs and how it rides, and find somebody that's a leader and follow them and learn to implement what they do. And if you do that, you'll be successful. It cuts your learning curve and it really, really keeps the focus like mentally on what you need to be doing. I feel like a lot of people, they start hearing conflicting information. They get started in the business and they're doing really, really well because they're, hey, you know what? This is super simple. Here it is. And they're running with it. And all of a sudden, now they're starting to watch YouTube. And there's a lot of good information out there on YouTube, but there's also a lot of bad information out there on YouTube. If you're over here and you're preaching attraction marketing, but you're watching somebody who's over here preaching cold messaging, you're probably going to hear a lot of conflicting information that's going to have you going crazy. So you're going to try something and you just ran off 100 of your potentials. And on top of that, you probably just ran off 100 of the people that are actually interacting and interlocked in your algorithm. All right. You have to make sure that you don't try something that's going to be completely off the wall. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. If you're doing something that's effective, stay doing it. Keep it simple. You don't need to go out and you don't need to listen to 100 different mentors. What happens? You start getting poured into by 100 different people. You don't know whose information to apply. If you're listening to somebody and what they're telling you is not working, and then you start listening to somebody else and you know the information is working, great. Then you just listen to that person. But if you're listening to 10 different people and you're not working, then who do you know who to cut? So you start cutting this person. You might have cut the right person that might have just told you the right way of been doing things, but now you're listening to 9 other people that ain't telling you the right things to do. So find mentors that are very, very keened in on what you should be focusing on and really focus on that. Katie, you guys have some questions for me? Because I'll sit here and I'll just rant and rant and rant.
That's good, though. That's good. A lot of good stuff. So real quick, so what happens in a live? Like if you do a live and like some technical difficulties happen, maybe you lost service, your Wi-Fi sucks, whatever. Do you just pick back up or do you like start over?
Well, if you're me, what you do is you pretend that you just caught a touchdown in the Super Bowl. You take your iPhone and you just slam it on the ground. No. I get a little bit irritated. I'm not even going to lie. That really frustrates me, but it happens. Right now, Facebook is going through some problems because I guess it was about a month ago now, some idiot decided to murder somebody live on Facebook. Thought it would be a brilliant idea. Yep. Awesome. Not for us, but awesome for him because now and then he ended up, and then made it even worse as they go on a manhunt, and then he puts the live on, and then he executes himself live on Facebook Live as well. So Facebook is actually going through some precaution changes right now on what they're doing. So there's been a lot of problems with it. When they started implementing the story mode, which if you guys didn't know, Facebook did try to buy Snapchat and they gladly declined. So Facebook decided to make their own Snapchat, which sucks. I don't use it, just to be perfectly honest with you. It's not weighted in the algorithm and it's a waste of time. I don't have time to be taking a Snapchat, an Instagram story, a messenger story, then writing a post and posting my food. By the time it's like, man, I got to reheat my food up. So I don't have time to do that. I want to make sure that I'm focusing on Snapchat. I post on Instagram daily, but I keep it very friendly, so to speak. And I focus on Facebook. Facebook has been my moneymaker. I find that when you start focusing if you're focusing on 10 different social media platforms, you're gonna be wasting a lot of time. If you're gonna post on multiple social media platforms, you need to be really, really good at time management. Being organized is a super key. But you want to make sure that you're very organized. And touching on the lives, when they started implementing the story mode actually kind of crashed their database a little bit. It ruined their server space because there's all these extra photos that are coming in and all these extra clippets and they weren't prepared for it. So Facebook it's been very iffy. It's been very, very like gimmicky, so to speak. It's not working very well. Facebook Live isn't. I've noticed in recent, it actually it's been okay for me, but I'll still get some times where it's just not super effective. The only thing you can do is you can stop and pick back up where you started. Maybe start fresh content. Again, I'm not big. I space my post out. So if you're going to post, you need to make sure you're spacing your post out every 2 to 3 hours. But when it comes to a Facebook Live, if I'm doing a Facebook Live now, and guys, understand this, if every now and then, all right, you make like 2 posts in an hour, like I did it today. Today was honestly the first time I've done it in a while. I was like, I sat here on the couch and I was so irritated. I told Natalie, she's like, just post, Jesus Christ. I sat here and I wrote a lifestyle post and I had to retweak it. And then we started talking and an hour went by and I was like, man, I should have made this post like 2 hours ago because I like to keep my posts very spaced out. If you don't space your post out, they start overlapping. So I made this post and it was really bomb this morning and there's like 180 likes on it. I didn't want to post to overlap it. So I actually gave it some space time. But then I'm over here and I made a really good lifestyle post that I've been working on. And then I went live an hour later. So now it's one of those things where it's like, does it weight my live video more than it weights that status? So that's why you don't want to post, within each other too much. And guys, stop sharing irrelevant stuff. Stop doing it. Oh my God. I don't care about your cake recipes or your 2-minute chicken cordon bleu or your how to make eggs Benedict. You are ruining your Facebook revenue. I don't care about the 60% off at Baby Gap. And I don't care about, the women's rights movement that's going on. And first off, don't post anything that's like, that's going to cause a problem. But just stop sharing irrelevant stuff. I don't care about your dream vacation that you're going to be going to in Belize that's got 6 million shares from beautiful destinations. Guess what? I like doing those too, and I love sharing those. But guess what? Every time I do share one, I don't get any likes on it. I get 3 or 4 likes, and I'm over here like, man, I get like 200-300 likes on my stuff. How am I only getting 3 or 4 likes? Because there ain't nobody seeing it. Don't share content that has been shared 1 million times. Now, I say don't share content of irrelevance. If Katie makes a live and it's a team live and it's a really, really good live video, you know what? Yeah, you should probably share her video. If one of your team members does something that's like absolutely crazy, share her video. Yeah, of course, that's support. Facebook wants you sharing the live content. They definitely do that. That actually bumps it up in the live video feed more than anything. But you've got to make sure that you're not sharing these like irrelevant stuff. Like, oh my God. My little sister's on here. She'll tell you I'm savage. Her Facebook is my Facebook. I'll be like, yo, why did you post? I'll get on her Facebook and I'll comment, delete. Why did you post this for real? Like I literally will do that because again, it's this is my little sister. I mean, what are you gonna do? You gonna quit the business? I'm gonna see you at Thanksgiving. You ain't running for me. But no, it's one of those things where I'm here. I want to help. I'm not doing it to hurt her feelings. Now, I am a little bit more hands-on, a little bit more energetic towards my sister. When it comes to the team, guys, I'm going to tell you this. You should never talk down to anybody on your team. You talk down to somebody on your team, especially as a leader in a leader role, you ain't never going to get respect from them ever again. Just don't do it. I will tell you, I do not handle altercations with the team because I probably make them cry. Natalie handles that. She's great at that. She loves it. Because they already know if I got to step in, y'all ain't gonna like this. Y'all ain't gonna like what I have to say because I'm very raw and very real, and I just tell it how it is. And then you got Tina. Tina's like a combination between Natalie and I. She can be nice, but then it's like she's like the step 2 before it really gets to me. But she can get a little bit more feistier than I can as well. So I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, it's you don't ever want to talk down to people, and you really don't. So going into the lives again, just really really focus. I mean, right now, I guess I would kind of part 1 it, part 2 it, or vice versa. Restart it and restart some different content, and then go back to that video the next day. I've had to do it a couple times where I've done part 1s, part 2s. It sucks. It really does. But sometimes you got to do it. Yeah.
Okay, so how exactly would you say your day goes? Like, what's your daily schedule?
I write a to-do list every day. If you're not writing a to-do list every day, you're killing yourself. Do it. You got to do it. The average person saves 20% more time, gets 20% more done by doing a to-do list. So we'll just say, for example, so say you get to the end of the month and you're 400 box away from Ruby. All right. Say you boxed yourself for Ruby on the 1st and then you filled a box a week. So, you need, what is it? 5 boxes. So you box. and you get to Ruby and you are 400 BB away and it's the last day and you weren't writing out a to-do list every day. You just saved yourself an extra 6 days because you wrote a to-do list out every day. So you can go ahead and basically give yourself an extra week every single month by just writing out a to-do list. So I want to ask you guys this. How could an extra week per month, because basically you're giving yourself 6 days. You figure you got 30 days, you're saving 20% of time. How could an extra 6 days per month benefit you? All you're doing is writing a to-do list. Every day when I wake up, the very first thing I do, I'm writing a to-do list out. I got to do it. And I write it. Don't put it in your phone. No, because guess what? You're going to put it in your phone. You're going to save it as some note that you're never going to look at. Write. And guys, you should be writing your goals out regardless. You should be writing a daily goal. You should be writing weekly. You should be writing monthly. You should be writing long-term, short-term. You need to handwrite your goals. I mean, that right here where my finger at, that tip right there, that's my dream board. That's our dream board. Our dream board is right here. It's literally right here. It's right. Our couch is right here. We stare at our dream board all day long because we put time in it. You have to visualize things. And by writing it down and actually seeing it, you know what you have to do. You hold yourself accountable. So I wake up every single day. Very first thing I got to do, I'll be perfectly honest, I got to run to Starbucks. I'm a coffee junkie. I have to run to Starbucks. I got to get coffee. And that's been in recent because we are pushing. We push. So I get coffee and then I kind of get my day started. So I'll either sometimes I'm more in the motion of the gym. Some days I'm not, but I do not. My notifications are off on my phone. I do not check my phone. I don't do it. The reason why I don't do it is because if I get on my phone and I have some schmuck who thinks that it's okay to start talking negative, or that I have a potential distributor, somebody I've been talking to, and they start downing, or I have somebody that's putting that negative vibe out there, guess how the rest of your day is going to go? Negative. So I do not check my phone. All my notifications are off. Text messages, I do have with iPhone, you can do a do not disturb. And you can also make it to where, so say like, because my father has some health problems, I want to make sure that, if he calls me, it'll ring right through. If Natalie calls me, God forbid, she goes, we have our little late night taco runs. We got to go to Taco Bell. She goes to Taco Bell and say she gets a flat tire. I got to make sure, because my ringer's off. I got to make sure that her call's going to get through, but regardless, that's how it is. So the important stuff it can get through, but majority of the stuff I block it. I don't want to start my day with not having it. And I start my day with leadership development every single day. And even if I don't have the time, if I'm getting in the shower from the start, I'll listen to 15 minutes, just whatever it is. And then whenever I go to get coffee in the morning, I don't listen to the radio. No. Sirius Radio's got Joel Osteen radio. So I listen to self-development, and he is inspirational speaker. He preaches, he preaches God, but he preaches also much more or less. He's inspiration and motivation. That's how I start my day every day. And then from there, I make sure that I have follow-ups. I do follow-up with people. I set follow-ups every single day on my phone. So I'll shoot them messages. And then I start with, again, I go right back into more self-development. So if I'm either at the gym or if I'm not, regardless, I go right back into more or less for me right now, it's a lot of leadership development and a lot of marketing development. And I really am focusing on bettering myself, getting our content out there, and bettering myself and developing myself as a person. We are night owls, so our day technically doesn't start until, we wanted to leave that nightlife, boy. We were so quick to, but we still stay up until 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, and we sleep until 1 every day. But it is what it is. So we start our days a little bit late. But then after that point, then I'll kind of check my messages, make sure that, everybody's alive and there's not, because guys, you got to understand this. There's no rap emergency. There's not a rap emergency. They don't exist. And that's just the honest God's truth. You have to understand that you have to be patient in this business. All right. Your business that's a leadership skill. You have to be patient. You want yourself to look busy. All right. If you've only got one customer and they're texting you back, they're messaging you at 8 o'clock in the morning, you don't have to get back with them at 8:01. You can get back with them at noon. It's not that big. You should be confident to know they're not going to go step off and go buy from somebody else. You need to be confident. So again, there isn't a rap emergency. You got to make sure, you're doing what you're doing. I'll kind of read you. I'll read you one of my to-do lists, basically. I do, because I wake up and I do self-development. I write out what my posts are going to be for the day. I want to know, okay, I need to make an interaction post at this time. I'm going to do a quote post at this time. I'm going to go live at 8 o'clock. I need to make sure I make an Instagram post from 3 to 5, and then I'm going to make sure that I'm Snapchatting all day. I literally write down everything. So like this one was from last Thursday. I want to do a throwback Thursday photo of Natalie and me and post our story. Our story, and I even posted from the cruise. I had 25 follow-ups from potential distributors. So I try to follow up with people by the week, and that's how I do things. So I don't follow up with – I try to follow up with people every day. Some days it's only 3 or 4 people. Some days it's 20 or 25 people. But you have to follow up. The fortune is in the follow-up. You have to follow up with people, and it's that plain and simple. Now, I have a way that I follow up. If I follow up with you a couple times and you go ghost, I don't want you in my business anyways. I'm savage who I bring in. I don't want people that show inconsistency. If you're not consistent, you're not going to be successful in this business. So if you don't even have the decency to pick your phone up and say, "Hey, bro, I'm good. I don't want to be a part of this business. Hey, we can still be friends. It is what it is." And guess what? I don't want to be friends with you in the first place because you're a shady person. And that's just how I feel about it. I will move on from those people. They talk about a couple people say, "Oh, I followed up with somebody 21 times and now they're a presidential in my company." I ain't never going to have one of those people because I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to follow up with somebody 21 times. I don't have now different. If you're messaging me, if I'm following up with you, you don't respond to me and I send you a follow up and you're like, "Hey, how's everything going?" Okay, that's fine. We have a little conversation. And then I follow up with you, and I know that you're going to be a rock star, but I can see from you and guys, you got to gauge people. Look on their Facebook. If you see that they're going through some crazy stuff, they're over here, they're normally a positive person and they just posted some negative quote, or maybe they had a death in the family. Hey, give them a break. It is what it is. Like, I had a girl that I talked to. She's a potential distributor. She just signed with us last month. Whenever I talked to her a month ago, she was all for it. I talked to her on the phone. I get my potential distributors on the phone. I got her on the phone. I talked to her. She was ready to sign up. I said, "Hey, I'm gonna call you whenever I get back to the house." She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "Hey, let me call you right back." She goes, "My mom's called me twice." And she goes, "She doesn't normally call me." I said, yeah, not a problem. Called her back when I get to the house. Her grandfather just passed, literally just passed. Lives in Israel, so she had to fly to Israel. I understand. Guess what? It's going to be a couple days, but I am going to follow up with you because you were getting ready to sign up. So, yes, you're someone like that. I am going to follow up with you. So I followed up, and I knew for a couple weeks there I didn't get a response. So that one I am. But if you have somebody that's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm interested in the business. Can you give me one more information?" And then they don't, no, then you need to move on. You need to go on from them. And then after that, I just kind of go through my day, and that's what I do. Every day is a different task. Some days are built on follow-ups. I always interact with people every single day. I always build relationships with people every single day. I like and I comment. I build genuine relationships with people, and I focus on making sure that no matter what, I am liking and commenting on content, and I'm making sure that I'm starting. I build a relationship with 3 people every single day. Whether they're, and it's with no intentions at all of starting them with the business. I build a genuine relationship with 3 people every single day, just through messages. Whether it goes stale, whatever, I don't care. No intentions. I don't want to talk to you about the business. What are you, dude? I see that you're over here and you're shooting guns. Hey, I see that you're into baking cakes. I see that you're into cars. I see that you're into the gym. Whatever it is, I'm just going to talk to you about life, something that's of interest. And I'm going to talk to you genuinely like a person. And that's just kind of what I do. One day I focus on follow-ups, on making sure that I have like a legitimate follow-up list. I do that twice a week. I have one day where I go through and I add to my network and I talk, and I do mostly interacting once or twice a week. I make sure that I am following up. We always want to make sure that we're following up with customers every single day. That's for sure, because customer retention is crucial. But we make sure that we're following up with customers. And then, I try to help the team. I make sure that I go live. So Natalie and I, again, we do play 2 different roles. She's very, very hands-on with the team. I would love to be, but that's her thing. She's great at it. Her and Tina, they are the best. They want to answer screenshots, because we tell our team, first off, if you're not sending me screenshots, you ain't going to do nothing in this business. Bye. And that's just how it is. There's very few people that get into this business and they just get it. So they handle screenshots. They want screenshots, and that's especially from the new distributors. We want you guys sending screenshots. We want you putting us in a 3-way phone call. If you're not sending us screenshots and you're not putting us in 3-way phone calls and putting us in 3-way chats with potential distributors, you're not going to be successful. And that's just how it is. You have to learn that is the key to putting yourself in a situation where you're setting yourself up for success. They handle that. I do kind of talk, but I more or less, I focus on being loud and getting myself out there. So again, we all have a different role. I do go live every single day. I have to go live every single day, once a day. That's my thing. I I'm always constantly doing some kind of leadership development or business development. And yeah, I mean, that's just kind of, that's like how my days go, so to speak. I mean, every day kind of changes a little bit, but you have to be doing self-development daily or leadership development daily. And you've just got to be constantly growing yourself as a person.
Okay. So, how do you, okay. So you just said, so if somebody asks if you're having a rough day, what do you do? Push through the negativity? Is that just your self-development every day?
Yep. If I'm having a negative day, I will, I mean, we all have bad days. We're not all inhuman, that's for sure. We all have bad days. Yeah, you don't ever portray your negativity on social media. I will tell you this. If I'm having a bad day, because I'm huge on voice messages, that was Jessica Pearson. Johnny, you better be sending voice messages to people. Boy, you got me over here fired up. I'm like, all right, I'll make sure that I'm doing it. And then I notice that whenever I don't send voice messages to people, that I don't get as good of a response from people. So I do need to be sending voice messages because I feel my energy. But if I'm having a bad day, I don't message people and I don't voice message people. You want to know why? Because they can feel your energy. They can feel that negativity through a message. They can feel it through a voice message. They can feel it through a phone call. So that may be a day where I don't message people. That'll be a day where I don't follow up with people because, again, I do try to follow up with people every single day. But there are some days where I'm just like everybody else. I am human. I don't want to talk to people every single day but I will tell you this. I will still go live on them days, and I'll be happy. And those may be those days where you get a little bit more feistiness out of me. But that's just the honest to God's truth. Now, I will answer people some days on those days, but there's days too where sometimes I just I'll let it sit in my inbox for a day and, hey, I apologize. Your message got buried because I've been so busy. You make yourself look busy. If people are going to wait on you, if you got a product that's worth waiting for and people, they believe in you, they're going to believe in you. But the only thing you can do is do self-development, try to eliminate those negative thoughts and just try to push through it. You know, that's the only thing that you can really do.
Yeah, I think that's very true too. I like to do my self-development. Usually if you start your day off good, it's almost impossible to have a negative day. I feel like it really. Okay. So let's see. A lot of people asked, how are you, like, what kind of a follow-up do you send? Like when you're following up with somebody, is it like, I know you're very personal. So are you saying something just like, hey, I've seen y'all did this, this, and this. How's everything going? And then you bring up, like, did you still want to get started and, like, kind of get that way? Or how are you following up?
If they've already expressed, whenever I follow up with people, I'm following up with people with a purpose. That's for sure. I go right into it. It's one of those things where it's like, hey, hey, Katie, are you still interested in getting started with the business? But I mean, obviously I'm going to change it up, but I am going to dive kind of right into it because, again, at the end of the day, if I am having my follow-ups, I do want to make sure that it's one of those things where obviously they know why you're contacting them. I mean, if you've talked to them about the business and you guys reset a date. So like, the way that I'm very, very firm. You're always going to make sure you're going to ask a question every time afterwards, but I always set a date. And this is something that we've been kind of implementing as of, in the last couple months or so. Because at first we would sign everybody up. I would chase you down. I'd be that person waiting outside of Walmart like, hey, you said you were going to sign up. What's up? Let's get you going. No, I don't do that anymore. I don't do that. I will set a date with you. And I'm sorry, I don't need you. You need me. And that's how I feel about this. If we set a date, it is your responsibility as somebody that's trying to step into our business to make sure, hey, bro, are we still on? Yeah, we are. Because and if you don't, I'm going to send you a message at that time. But if you don't get back with me, I'm going to send you one more message, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be like, hey, dude, so what's going on here? You never got a hold of me. Like, what's up? Are you not interested in this opportunity anymore? I thought you were trying to better your life. I always get their why from the start. I'm like, obviously, I'm not just like, hey, what's your why? But I figure out their why through use of psychology. And I am gonna say something like, if I know they got kids, I'm gonna say, hey, I thought you were trying to get a better life for your children. I'm gonna throw that out there. If you're over there struggling, and I know that payday just went by and you avoided me, I'm gonna say, hey, so I got a question for you. When you looked at that check this last week, did you look at that check and did you think to yourself, man, is this all I'm worth? I'll be real with people because I'll be perfectly honest with you. That's just how it is. Like, dude, hey, if you don't want this business and you're not trying to better yourself, I'm not going to chase you down because this is what you're going to learn is you're going to end up chasing those people down the entire business. There's those. I want people that are like, yo, I love whenever people follow up. Hey, dude, are we still on for? Boy, you tell me, are we still on for Thursday? And we made it, and we got off the phone yesterday, or we were talking yesterday, or we still? Yeah, we're definitely still on. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna follow up with you. If you got people that they answer the first time, because again, I understand things happen. If you get people that do reschedule with you and they show up, yo, let's do it for sure. We're all down for it. But at the end of the day, yeah, I mean, I'm very assertive, and I do always try to set the tone up front, and let them know, like, yo, I personally don't want things to be awkward. Let's not make this awkward. And I've even had the distributors that are on the team that'll go kind of ghost, and they don't, hey bro, are you like, what's going on here? Again, you don't want to go into management mode, but if you're someone you're running an auto ship and then you don't run it 1 month and then the next month you turn it on and I'm gonna message you that next time again on the second time when you turn it off, and I'm gonna be like, yo, what's going on here? Like, bro, are you trying to work this business or not? I've gotten to the point to where with some of them I'm like, yo, I just need to know what's going on. Like, dude, are you in this or are you not in this? Because you're over here, you're like playing games, and I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, I don't got time for bullshit. I don't know what's going on here. Like, dude, I'm busy. I don't have time to be sitting here making sure that you're doing your stuff, and I'm not going to make sure you're doing your stuff. But what's going on here? And you have to be real with people, and that's just what it is, especially when it comes to business. I have found that whenever I have tried being fake and I've tried being the nice guy and like, oh, don't worry about it, we'll catch up another time. Guess what? You don't ever catch up. Whenever I'm real and I'm upfront with them, I would rather somebody go, listen, dude, it's just not for me, bro. And I'm like, yo, that's cool. That's all I wanted to hear. We're still boys. Because I'm going to be real with you. If you're avoiding me, I take that very, very disrespectful, because if I see you in the grocery store, or if I seen you at the club, you'd be like, oh, Johnny, what's up? No, you wouldn't do that to me, right? You're just going to let me walk right on past you and not say anything, but we're supposedly boys. And I tell that to people, and I've had some distributors that have flipped that auto ship on real quick. I'm like, all right, because it'll be distributors that do it sometimes, and you have to be that way. But again, at the end of the day, this is our business, and that's what we want to do.
Yes, communication is definitely key. All right, so how exactly for loyal customers, how are you wording, like, all right, they want the hair, skin, and nails. How would you pitch that? Like, how much is it? What would you say?
Well, yeah, I mean, I would say, all right, so what's that? Yeah. Natalie goes, you would say, Natalie, how would you say this? Yeah, pretty much. I would say, the product retails for hair, skin, and nails is, what is it, 30, 33? I mean, yeah, I would literally say, like, this is what the product retails for. You can get, let me just look it up. This is make it easier. I want to make sure, I want to tell it exactly how it is, just because I do change it every single time. One thing I will say is a lot of the times, because loyal customers, I'm great at getting leads. I give my phone to Natalie. I'll give my phone to her, and I let her, because she's a word wizard. I'm great at recruiting distributors. I talk to distributors. That's what I do. I have learned that I can spend all month long, and I can try to sign and enroll loyal customers. And I know for me, that's a weakness for me. I'm great at, I can get leads all day long. Nat can close them out though. I still send my girl screenshots. So guys, whenever people tell me, oh, you shouldn't be sending screenshots, I'm over here and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to send screenshots, or people go, I don't, they feel like they don't need to send. I'm over here like, yo, dude, I still send her screenshots, because we're constantly changing how we do. Maybe right now the way that we're wording things is great, but maybe she's altered it some way in one shape, way, or form, and now she's saying it this way, and now she's getting a much better retention. So I mean, she even said Johnny doesn't do LCs. I pretty much, whenever I enroll loyal customers, Natalie pretty much is the one that's enrolling them. I'm great at getting leads for them, but it's literally something where I'll just say, like, first off, I always let them know that it's 3 months, or I let them know that I have been saying 3 months. I guess apparently now we need to stop that from Joel. I guess they're lifetime customers, but obviously you do want to make sure that they're lifetime. But we always make sure that we let them know about the 3 months. We always make sure that we let them know, it is an auto ship more or less that they are committing to, because at the end of the day, you don't want to be the one that's paying that $50. You know what I mean? And it's happened. And at the end of the day, the thing that sucks is the company's going to side with the customer before they decide with the distributor. And we've found that out. I'll get on the phone with people and we'll get them signed up, and they'll cancel. Oh, you never told me that. And it's like, dude, we've even sent them screenshots, which now I guess they do, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. But we'll just say something like I said. I mean, the product retails for this, or you can get it for wholesale price for this. If you commit to doing the loyal customer challenge, or you commit to trying it, you commit to trying the product for a minimum of 3 months. And that's kind of how we do things. And again, it does change every single time, but it all depends too on how the conversation's going. But that's kind of how she does loyal customers. Because again, she does a lot of the closing out on my phone when it comes to loyal customers. But that's, again, I'm the perfect one to admit it. And guys, this is a leadership trait. I know that I'm not great at signing loyal customers. I'm going to tell you guys I am not great at signing loyal customers. So you know what I do? I send screenshots to my girlfriend, who is phenomenal at closing out loyal customers. And guess what? She formulates the responses and sends them. So if you're great at generating leads, but you're not closing out sales, then guess what? You're not making any money. Send them to Katie. I guarantee you, hey, at the end of the day, I mean, you guys got to understand this. Your paycheck is her paycheck. Your paycheck, it influences hers. And again, it's not about the paycheck, but she's going to be more than help. I guarantee you, if she could close out 10 loyal customers a month for every single one of y'all, I guarantee you she's going to be sitting there doing it. I can guarantee you that, because at the end of the day, that's how it is. You want to make sure you're utilizing her. And when you see it, after you see it for X amount of time, you see it, then you're good. That's just literally, you're good, because then it starts to get repetitive. I am just so focused on distributors and growing our team through lifestyle posts. That is literally what I focus on. So I hope I can kind of get you guys sending her more screenshots, that way you close out more sales, because that's literally what it is. I mean, our distributors that aren't signing people, they're not sending screenshots. I'll be perfectly honest with you. And I'll be the first person. And it's not even just them, it's me. I'll be like, oh, I'm good. I'm going to take care of this. Boy, I got like 10 leads here. I'm going to talk to all 10 of them. I'll get a couple of them to close, and I won't close any of them. And then I'm over here and I'm like, oh, I should have just given her my phone. So send screenshots to your upline, man. You got to do it. You definitely got to do it for sure.
Yeah, I love the screenshot thing is so important, because really, until it's all about your wording. If you mess that up, I mean, they're out of there. Like, you say one thing and they're like, oh, nope, too bad. And they're not coming back. Like, they don't want to do it. So very important until you understand, and you'll figure it out. Some people learn after one screenshot. Some people learn after 10. Really, don't be scared to send the screenshots, because that's really where it's at. And you'll figure it out, and then you'll feel like a boss and teach your team how to do it like a boss. All right, so it's getting late, but I want to ask you one more really important question. I know you're utilizing Snapchat a lot. Are you using mainly Snapchat for, like, I want to say like you and Natalie, because like you're kind of like more DT, she's kind of more like LC, right?
She enrolls both, but this is the importance of consistency in working the business. Yeah. She posts consistently the entire time. I did take a month or two off from I would make a post or two a week. She posted every single day and was making sure that she was posting every single day. So she's got it to where she's very, very consistent on signing DTs and loyal customers. I am primarily DTs. Now, I do sign loyal customers. Don't get me wrong. I definitely do. But it's one of those things where, again, I'll get the loyal customers. I can talk to them. And it's like, when it comes to the closing aspect of things, she gets the phone. But with I mean, we tag team it. I'll say that she's better at both, because I really can't say that she's good at loyal customers, because she definitely does. I mean, she signs just the same amount of distributors that I sign, if not more. I mean, it's definitely a combination for sure.
Okay, so you're mainly using, I know you do your Facebook and you do the lives and like inspirational like quotes and stuff throughout the day. So are you using, I know you post on Instagram, so Snapchat is where you're getting your leads.
I get leads. It's so crazy. We probably get a couple of leads a day from Snapchat easily. And it's because there's no algorithm for it. I'm real big on, okay, so this is one thing that I've learned. And again, when you start, it's one of those things where we've kind of learned to implement layered leadership. I have learned that for me, I need to make sure that I have a role. We all have a role here. We all have to make sure that we're doing something to kind of benefit each other. So again, me, Tina, and Natalie are all we are a team. I mean, we have a team of people, but we all bring a different aspect of it. They primarily are really focused on doing the training. They're focused on the structure, on more or less it's the training aspect of making sure the team's together. They definitely run the pages. Of course, I admin the pages. But for me, I fire, that's what I do. I fire people up. I'm very, very big on inspiration. I do enroll, I do sign distributors from it. I do a lot of the research. I also, and guys, this is something else too. I mean, I do help with the supporting role. And by that, what do I mean? I mean, this girl, she works the business 18 hours a day. I do make sure that she don't let me do the laundry, but I do make sure that I go to the grocery store. I do make sure I cook. I do as much as I can to alleviate time for her because she does everything. Boy, let me tell you, she ain't letting me touch the chart. She's like, oh yeah, you go ahead and be off by one number. Let me see if I don't kill you. I'm like, yeah, she ain't gonna let me do that. She is very much so in control of everything as a full. Her and Tina obviously it's a joint control on what they're doing. But when it comes to our business, Natalie handles a lot of it. My responsibilities are to make sure that I fire up the team. I do a lot of the development aspect of things as far as making sure that we are developing as leaders to make sure that we are getting self-developed. She'll tell you, like, I pour into her on a daily basis with leadership development because she listens to self-development and she does listen to leadership development, but that's what I do. So I'm constantly learning about Facebook. I'm constantly in contact with learning the best ways that we can market our business. I'm trying to learn how we can get the visibility on our business. I'm trying to learn what I can possibly do to help benefit all of our businesses as a whole. Obviously, I like to put the content out there. But when it comes to Facebook, I utilize Facebook. I love Snapchat. Again, Facebook has an algorithm that's very, very weighted. Snapchat does not have an algorithm that's not weighted at all. You can take, the more snaps you take, the more higher your story is going to be in the newsfeed. You want to make sure that no matter what, you're posting as much as you can when it comes to Snapchat. And that's the key of it. You just post on it. And I post, one product, or I'll throw It Works in it, 4, 5, 6 times a day. And I always get people. Guys, I will tell you, you will get people that you've been friends with for years that will just all of a sudden that will come out of left field, and all of a sudden they jump on and they're like, hey man, I didn't even know that you were even working at Works. And I'm like, dude, what? We've been Facebook friends for 10 years now. How do you not know it? Like, that's what I preach the company. It's like, it's what I am. And they you're hitting a completely different style of people. The more you post, the more the people are seeing it. The more you post, the more views you're getting on your story. You have to make sure that you are just utilizing it as a whole, because it's something that the more you use it, and it's simple. Like, I mean, I'll sit here and I'll take a picture real quick and I post it, and that pops it up to the top. We get leads. We definitely get leads from it. Nat gets probably a lead or two a day. I get a lead or two a day from it. But this is the other thing too, though, that I've also learned. When you're speaking as inspiration and you're utilizing attraction marketing, now granted, it also depends on who your friends list is. My friends list are entrepreneurs. A lot of my friends list are entrepreneurs. So the people that I'm going to be speaking with are going to be more distributor based. That's what they want. If they don't want to be a distributor, then of course I talk to them about products. You want to make sure that you're posting content that is appeasable to your crowd and your people, your following of people, so to speak. That is so crucial. You can't be posting positive mindset quotes if you got a bunch of people that are still living in a high school generation and all they love is drama and negativity. You can't do that. You're not going to get any likes because they're not going to be able to relate to that. Whereas if you were to post about how something that's dramified or something about this person or that person, then you get 100 likes. It's just crazy how it works. So, I mean, definitely learn to utilize Snapchat. It's crucial. It's very, very big. You will get leads like crazy from it, because it is not even that too, but you can also individually send out. So like, say you take a picture, you individually send out your photos to people, and they have to open it. It's a notification on their thing. So they're going to open it. They're going to see the photo. And that's why I like to use it. So, it's more or less, and the people that are on my Snapchat, they know what I'm doing. So it's not cold messaging people. Once a month I will take, because you can upload. So like towards the end of the month, like last month, I did a before and after picture, and I posted it. I sent it to every single person individually. They all opened it up. I had like 80 messages that day, nonstop in Snapchat, literally all. And I had it to where now my whole follow-up list for the month was based off that one day on Snapchat. I'm over here like, Nat, can I do that? She's like, no, don't do that. Like, we're not cold messaging people on Snap. I'm like, man, I sent it out to everybody on my Snapchat, and I got like 80 people that I had to follow up with. It's crazy. So the power of Snapchat is there. I can do, and doing that once or twice a month, man, you're set. You've got follow-ups galore. But like what Katie said, this business is all about how you talk. you have to talk to people the correct way. I know that whenever I talk to loyal customers, I don't know what it is about it. I just, if I don't know you personally, again, I talk to everybody like you're my best friend. It's like my downfall. I go to sign loyal customers and I don't sign them as readily as I should. Whereas when it comes to distributor, if I get you on the phone, like 90% of the time you're going to sign up, and that's just how it is. And it's because maybe it's a confidence thing going into it. It's law of attraction. I just know that she's so awesome at signing loyal customers. I just give her the phone. So yeah, I mean, you know, it's all about generating leads and about what you say to people. So, you know, I'm really good at building relationships. I'm really good at getting that cold market and talking to them and really getting them to know me and know my content. But based off of the content that I put out there, I don't really attract a lot of loyal customers. I really don't. And that's just what I've learned. I attract people that are just, they're like, dude, I don't even know what it is, what you do, but like, can you like mentor me on like life and being like inspirational and like energetic? And I don't know where you're getting your information from. I can teach you how to run a business. I can very much so teach you how to run a business. And again, we all offer a different aspect of the business. I can teach you certain aspects of how to develop yourself as a leader. And I can teach you how to grow your business, very much so. But when it comes to the actual closing a sale, hey, I know this is something that I got to work on. So being self-aware, this is something that I'm working on. And we've been talking about it, and it irritates, but it's one of those things where you have to learn what your weaknesses are and you focus on them. Yeah, I don't know.
That's perfect. And I love that where you notice that you're self-aware. And I think every leader needs to know where you lack. I mean, for me, my biggest thing is I'm super red, like you, to the point, say it like it is all the time. And I really struggle with being that compassionate, giving that extra cushion there. Like, that's not who I am. So that's my biggest struggle in the business. And I've even had, uplines and other leaders be like, yeah, that's your problem. Like, you don't have that compassion. So I'm working on that. So everybody here has a weakness, and it's okay. You have to just find out and accept that part of you is weak, and you have to work on it. So I actually love that so much. And it's so awesome that you openly admitted that. So I think that's pretty much it. That all the questions we had. I know we've had like a ton. I know that we learned a lot, and everybody, the comments are still blowing up. So I haven't like the comments. I started reading them, and I was like, man, there's a whole bunch. Yeah, there's a lot. Let's see. Okay, third shift. What would you recommend for somebody who does third? Because you used to work nightlife, so talk about it a little bit. How did you fix that in?
So I sleep in the afternoon. Post in the morning. So this is, if you're working third shift, I'm going to guess too that you're also your friend shift or your friends list. I'm sure you got a lot of people that are working third shift as well. So like me, when I was going through nursing school, I worked nights. I did night schooling. I don't like me, because I am still kind of on that schedule. Like we sleep, 7 in the morning until 1 or 2 in the afternoon. Like today we didn't wake up until, I woke up a little bit earlier, but that's just how we sleep. We sleep on a much different schedule. I make my posting based off of popular times. So again, if you know that you're working late, if you're working late night, then you probably should make a post whenever people are home and they're the normal corporate 9 to 5 schedule, so to speak, is going to be working their business or going to be home. They're going to be, eating, they're going to be cooking, putting the kids to bed. That normal time that's home, like 7 to 10, you should make a post then. You should probably make another post around 11, because if you got people that are on the West Coast or the California area, if you got people that are on the West Coast, that's like normal time for them. That's prime time. So you want to make sure too that you're posting a piece to them. But then post again in the morning. Post before you go to bed. If you know that you're going to bed at 6, or if you're going to bed at 7 or 8 in the morning, make a post at 6 in the morning. So that way when people are waking up, they're seeing your post before they go and they get their day started. Because most people, the very first thing they do when they roll up out of bed is they're picking up on their phone, and that's what they do. Very much so. So I feel like you just need to kind of post kind of accustomed to that. And, sometimes you got to sacrifice sleep. So if you have a day, maybe you don't need to be sleeping for 3 or 4, or you don't need to be sleeping for 8 hours, even if you're working. Just because you work third shift doesn't mean you need to sleep for 8 hours, so to speak. Sometimes you got to cut your sleep, and maybe you need to stay up a little bit later, because you have to make sacrifices now, because if you don't make sacrifices now, what you want becomes the sacrifice. So
Perfect. Somebody said, once you say where the it works close, what do you say when people say what works?
I say it works for sure. Oh yeah, no, that's definitely what it is. Like, oh no, the product. They'll go, oh, what works? And I'm like, well, the business works. I retired in 7 months with it. And they're like, wait, what? Yeah. Again, I talk recruiting distributors, so that's one of my things. That's kind of how I do. I seen somebody ask about product parties. We don't do them. That's us. We don't personally do them. We've had some people on our team that do them. We don't do them because, again, we focus on social media. We focus on your strengths. We don't. I would do a product party. I'm not against them, but they just, for me, I don't do them. We don't care to do wrap parties. We'll wrap people individual. They're great. You can get a lot of volume from them, but we just don't do them. We don't. We've never really been huge on them. So, let's see.
I know somebody said earlier, messaging, you message and like get messages, right? So you actually do message like to build that relationship.
Yeah, I'll message 2, 3, 4 people a day, just random. They never have anything at all to do about the business. But other than that, the only messaging I do is follow-up messages or vice versa. I get messages. So that's the thing too, is again, I track distributors. So I talk to people about the business aspect, and people aren't just ready to dive right into a business, and I don't want to push the business onto them. So I give it time, and that's what it is. I just give it time, and I just continue to put valuable content out there, and it attracts people to you. And that's really what it is. That's literally what it is.
Okay, so I found one more out of all this. What do you do when potential loyal customers ghost?
They go ghost. Follow up with them one more time and just tell them, hey, like, yo, what's going on? We're talking about potential, right? Yeah. Hey, what's going on? You told me that you're interested in, trying out the system. Were you ready to get started today? Or when's the next time that I can follow up with you, so to speak? And always set a date and a time. And if they go ghost again, bye. The only thing you need to do then is maybe make a post, send them that message, and then make a post for the system. And they'll probably end up in your inbox like, oh, yeah, you know what? That's right. I think I want that.
Yeah, that's what I think. Whenever I see somebody complaining about their job or being sick or stuff, I always throw out that post about whatever it is they're complaining about, because it works. That's like, it just clicks. And it's weird too, because Facebook, like, even if you're just like, messaging somebody about something, it reads your message and you can be like, yeah, I really think I want Dunkin' Donuts. And then like 30 seconds later in your newsfeed, it's like Dunkin' Donuts. And you're like, what?
Funny how it works.
Yeah. It'll throw it right up in there. So I think that, that's an awesome way to get some more people paying attention, especially when they're like not answering.
I agree.
Okay, so I think we hit all of them. There's a ton of comments, but I think we hit them all. Thank you so much.
Yeah, definitely. No, I definitely appreciate it. And I hope you guys hope you took something from it. Like hair's messing with me. I hope you guys took something from it. And yeah, man, like I said, if there's anything I can ever do, just let me know. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate you guys having me on. And just get out there and just keep putting that valuable content out there. That's the biggest thing I can tell you guys. Definitely, put that valuable content out there, and people will come to you. They will definitely come to you. So
I love that. I love that so much. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
I'll get you this recording as soon as it loads up. So
sounds good.
Yep. All right. Bye, guys. Have a good night.
Later.